live edition of Smoke and Mirrors. This episode is brought to you by Germs and also brought to you by Steel. Germs and Steel. It's how white people are able to white. And now here's a song. Until the ideology it holds one race superior and another inferior is finally and permanently discredited and abandoned. Everywhere is war. Hey! Smoke. I forgot to say, here they are, your hosts. And also, I'm going to stop trying to remember songs when I come out here because I can't remember any of them. I try to think about things and then they fall out of my brain. They just do. Anyway, I'll be right back. And now, here they are, your invenerable host, Carlos Kareem Wyndham. Hi. Let's smoke again. It's a twofer. Why not? Why not? Why not? So many cute things are going to happen today. And I want to have some cute time with you today. Did you get to see the cute time we had last night? I was here last night with CC Carpio. It was a weird time. If you did not get a chance to catch it live, it is still sitting either on my page or the Smoke and Mirrors page on the Facebooks there. Also, it is on YouTube on my page. Do you have a warm bevy? You should. It's a good time for that. My warm bevy today is a cedar tea that was provided for me by my friend C. Adam, somebody with whom I hope to be working in a short order and look forward to being able to share some of you with you. Being able to share with you some of what that is going to be when it's time to do that. Time to do that. Guess when it is going to be for sure. Time to do that, to share some of what the shares are with you, is going to be Thursday, tomorrow, right here at 4:20, when I will be here with my friend and collaborator, Dahlia DeLue-Bell. We're going to talk shit. I don't have a plan. Dahlia and I tend to get pithy with one another. We have both been dealing with some real life stuff, so maybe we'll talk real life stuff and what it's like to be a stand-up comedian who isn't standing up or comedianing at anybody. Monday, the 24th, at 4:20, in spite of what Zuckerberg thinks should be true, I am going to be in conversation with Perla Alvarez Lucio. We are going to be discussing the census. Have you filled yours out yet? If you really are, if you're my friend, you did. And then this is going to be about all the reasons you'll be able to tell all of your other people to fill out the census. And we'll get into the history of the census and the meaning of the census, definition of the census, and why we need you to do it. Let me tell you something. Facebook is censoring the advertisement that we tried to put in for this particular program, which lets me know that it's got to be particularly important because Facebook has chosen its team, and it's not us. But we are very lucky. We're lucky to be here together nonetheless, and to be here sharing some time, and to be here sharing our experiences for as long as we do have that opportunity. It's not a thing that I take for granted. I was talking with my therapist today because that's a thing I do. It still amazes me that in Black and Brown communities that we're still in this pattern of debating whether or not we need therapy or corporal punishment. We need therapy. We don't need any more spankings. We don't need to be hitting each other, our children, any of that. What we need to be is moving toward places of liberation, and therapy is one of those places that's helped me to be in a place of liberation that has allowed me to be here and allowed me to be here with you. Today, I'm gonna do a thing that is it feels weird. It feels weird. It feels like maybe it's a bit of a flex. It's not supposed to be. Um, and those are the insecurities that I'm sharing with you about what's going to happen as I share with you some of the letras, some of the fan mail. Fan mail. That seems stupid to say. I don't. It's community chat. I don't know. Some of your community chat. You've been writing. You've been writing, and the reason that it feels so strange to me. I was talking. Uh, about with my therapist is that as you may have ascertained or learned or known or any of the above, uh, I have been in publics for most of my adult life, and for well over half of that, spent it out there as Brother Los of Company of Prophets and as a rapper. And then when I was brought back on stage again for the first times as an adult, I was brought out as an MC. Oh, bit my lip. As an MC. And as an MC, used the moniker that I had for all of my professional career. So I was still Brother Los, still am Brother Los when I'm on stage as an MC. It's more fun to do it now because brother doesn't really fit me. But if I come out as Brother Los and appear as who I am in any number of stage outfits that could be worn by myself or Sylvester or B. Arthur, it is fun to then be named Brother Los because there is some gender bending, some gender query there. Yet and still, I am often referred to as brother. That has taken me a long time to get past. Part of why that was true is that I was using so many monikers and so many nom de plume in order to hide. It was easier to be any number of uh, Los the Scribe, MC Scribe, Brother Los, the Picasso Kid, any number of things that I had been, uh, rather than be myself when I was hoping to offer entertainment. Also, I got to cheat by being in a group, meaning there would be like drums and DJs and another MC and somebody else to help carry the load. And it meant that I would not have to be out there on my own. And when it came time a few years ago to use all of the punchline writing that I had been doing my entire life, the Dr. Demento listening, the being exposed to Red Fox, you gotta wash your ass, while hiding in a closet that was lined with penthouse centerfolds, I guess is the word. Uh, rough memory there. Being exposed to Carlin at an early age, being allowed by my parents to go to any Robin Williams film or Bill Cosby film. Again, rough memory there. But being given permission to do all of this, and then finally finding a way to to let that all out and really saying yes, okay, fine. I am a comedian. I do stand up. This is what I do, and then gigging and finding myself gigging to lots of full rooms, and it was wonderful. And then Rona. came. And then a little bit after that, uh, because I knew about myself that if I were not any longer getting up to a microphone 4 to 5 nights a week and spending my evenings in front of people, either working out bits and sets or performing them, that I was going to do that to the walls in this apartment. And then this this happened. And Bo said, "Hey, have a theme song. It's brought to you in front of a live studio audience." And somebody else was who else said something about it? Somebody said something to me about needing a logo. Maybe it was Bo again. And then we I heard other things about needing some. Ooh, what about a guest? What about that? And then I started asking, well, what kind of guest do you want? And then I thought about, well, what I want to see if I was watching the conversations that I would want to hear, and then can I have those conversations? And now we do this, and now you write to us. And where do you write? You write at Smoke and Mirrors CCB at gmail.com. And if you do that, there's a strong likelihood that I'll say something to you. A couple of the early writings are coming from, if you hashtag us, Smoke and Mirrors CCB, and or Chronically Funny, I'm gonna check you out. I'm gonna see you, and if I see you there, I will try to remember and I will try to respond as well. But mostly, if you write to that Gmail account, I'll see you there. I'll see you there. So wanted to do a listener, watcher, viewer, community member, letters. And blessed too, as our community's been growing, we'll shout you out more specifically toward the end of the program again. But what has been happening is we've just been getting more and more community members here, and supporting in different ways. One of the ways that you could support, of course, is just to share it around. Just share it around. Tell people, start a watch party, do whatever you do to share it around on your socials. And another way is to write in. Let us know you're here. Let us know we're doing a thing. Commenting, what have yous, all of those things. Do you see why you need the hot bevies? Sometimes, even if you're smoking from a bong or even from a vape pen or from a volcano, you still need a bevy, a warm bevy for your throat. I needed one for my throat just then. So this is just a short missive, a note from somebody who appreciates some of what we do out there in the world. And it says, this is from, I hope to God I say this right, because names are important, and I'm probably saying it wrong. I apologize in advance. littlle, Tihlei. I'm assuming littlle. That's got to be littlle. You're serving so much realness. I love it. littlle said, sending love and respect your way again. Thank you for the knowledge share and the intelligent relief that you provide. Thank you. Thank you. Sincerely. Thank you. I know that when I'm here with you and I sometimes crank it up to 10 or 11 and then just pull that knob off and swallow it down, that some of the way that it might seem insincere. No, sincerely. Thank you. Thank you. This experience and the ability to share it with you truly does mean the world to me. Um, I, you know, knowledge, intelligent, I don't know. Yes. Yes, but it's also not special. You know, it's a matter of putting in the work, and again, really being lucky to be surrounded by people who hold a lot of integrity, hold a lot of knowledge, and are willing to share it with me. And throughout my life, folks have come to see what I have to say on occasion, and that has just been a true thing. It still surprises me that it happens ever, because why? But even the name of what we do and sitting under the philosopher's tree. Michael and I talked about this on the episode we did. If you hadn't seen it, go back. It was good. The episode was about a month ago. I believe it was on the 9th of June with Michael Cohen, professor at UC Berkeley, where we were talking about the origins of the phrase philosopher's tree. It was just a tree where in the quad of the università, where I would meet with friends to smoke and hold court. And it could be any number of friends. It could be any friends from other activist friends to other artist friends to just weed heads who happen to be in the neighborhood, and even some Republicans and Republicrats who wanted to just sit down and have a little smoke and a toke and a choke and a joke. And you saying philosophers tree about the opportunity to sit and hold court again, and that people would sit and listen. Thank you. Thank you. Sincerely, it does mean a thing, and doing it without those masks that I had put on after school to make myself feel more comfortable and think that perhaps I were more presentable by either embodying hypermasculinity or devaluing my intelligence or lowering and trying to silence the divine feminine expression that lives within me and shows itself up of its own accord. It takes quite a lot for me to think of a thing like not using my hands when I speak. This is a pose of thought that I've had. You can't see the with the arm here and this, right? And I've held my body like that um, for all of my life, to the point that when I was a child, my father would call me Jack Benny sometimes because of the way that I would hold my hands. So all that to say, it feels good to feel like one, you see me, so thank you, and two, like maybe I see you a little bit, and like there's a little bit of an island for lost kids being created under the philosopher's tree. Uh, got one more letter. Got one more letter. I'd like to read with you here, and this one is from a supplier, someone who is on the who is a patron and a patron at the $20 level, which is wow, thank you. We do it at levels, and at that level, while we have talked about this quite a bit, and it is true, and I even have cards written and envelopes here that I'm getting ready to mail out. When you write in and become a patron, if you become a patron at patreon.com / smoke and mirrors CCB, when you do that, if you are one of the first 20 people to do that, send you your very own Carlos Wyndham trading card. And that's what that looks like. I'm getting a thing. Watch this. We're going to do this live together. There it is. There's a sandwich, I believe. Hello?
Hello, hi. This is Garcia with DoorDash.
Yes.
Yes, I'm here. Should I just leave the food at the door?
If you would, please, that would be excellent.
Which one? Which one is the entrance?
It is at the top of the stairs, right behind the gate.
Okay, okay. Step on the stairs, like, okay. You guys just leave it by the door, Max.
Yeah, if you could just leave it at the doormat, that would be excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Okay, you too. Okay, so that's because somebody has been sitting right here for about 8 hours today, and maybe had to order myself a late lunch that I'm going to have after this, and so evidently it's waiting at my door. Uh, anyway, if you decide to become one of the first 20 patrons, and I think we've about 10 left, you will get one of those cards. If you do become a patron at the $20 level, guess what? We're going to have a smoke out. We're going to smoke together. Right now, we have about 5 folks at that level, and we're going to get together on Zoom and have a good time. Hola! How you doing, Letty? We're going to have a good time. We're going to do basically what we do here, except on Zoom. So we all get to interact in a Zoom world and talk to each other from across the country. And we'll do about 20 minutes together. It's going to be a good time. If you would like to join us, there's still time to join. We've got about 10 slots left for that first rush of patrons. And if you join in that time, you join at the $20 amount, then guess what? We'll Zoom you too. All of this is just saving me time of having to say any of this at the end of the show. So that's what that is. Here is another letter from folks. Let's be clear. If we are tempted, and do be tempted to become a patron at the level, if you're a patron already, you're welcome to up your level and become 20. You're welcome to join that party just as guests join me here. And you may have noticed all of them don't smoke. We're doing a different thing. This is not the Doug Benson, the Be Real. The smoke is, yes, I smoke. I smoke for the MS. We talked about that many times. The mirrors that we're breaking through are the mirrors of the illusions of the world around us all. And of course, it's the comedy and it's the culture and it's the bullshit. And so we try to break through some of that too. So there's no need to smoke to be at the party. There's no need to smoke to be at the private party. And this is not, we don't have teenagers daring me to smoke more. Oh, how come you're not smoking? Oh, the smoke. Your title says smoke. That's not this. Come on in. Have a good time. Have a good time. Listen, this is a thing that thank you. Thank you, Lisa. Lisa is actually the person whose letter we're reading next. Lisa is a new patron at that $20 level, which is why it even came up. I apologize. This is not a commercial. Uh, Listen, before I even read this, I'm going to say this too. This is not that, okay? This is free, always, forever. This is just, we're bullshitting. This is the bullshit part of the comedy and the culture and the bullshit. And I'm never going to bogart. I am never going to bogart. Just as we're under the philosopher's tree. In college, I wouldn't bogart under the philosopher's tree. Now, if you brought a nickel bag, if you brought a joint, excellent. Yay, more for everybody. But if that's not your bag and you're not into it, don't worry about it. I got you. I got you, boo. And the people who do support it make it possible for me to continue doing this. And remember that I really do have people depending on this time that we spend together. So I'll be here because I depend on you too. All right. So this letter is from Lisa. Lisa, called Jam. Lisa is a new participant under the tree who did very quickly become a patron, as I said, who says, This was actually sent to my co-producer and Noviek's Tracy. This was not sent directly to me, but again, I am reading it now. Here we go. With permission. With permission. I want to express my gratitude to you. S&M Conversations has become the place where I sit down, shut up, and learn. Oh, thank you, but don't shut up. Don't shut up. Don't shut up. No, no brown women shutting up. We're not for brown women shutting up here. You know this. I tune in, light up, and even take notes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Because I've tuned in, uh, I know what I'm saying when I tell people what to call me. Um, I appreciate that, Lisa. We actually did have that talk because I was not calling Lisa what she prefers to be called, and I'm glad we were able to clear that up. So thank you for that opportunity and for that vulnerability. Um, I have witnessed the powerful way I'm sorry. I have witnessed a powerful way to express how an autoimmune diagnosis, lupus for me, affects my memory. I don't have to isolate because I'm embarrassed about that. Mm-mm-mm. Today, I started unfriending people because their timeline posts make me want to fight. Yes! Yes! That unfriend. I'm quick with that unfriend button. You could get a ticket to the block party, motherfucker. You don't even know. These niggas could be out there just on their own. Now I get to listen to a podcast discussing BDSM and the power exchanges. Mind blowing. Sis, thank you for creating this space. And thank you so much for writing to us. I do know that you were writing to Tracy, and were you writing to me and it said, Sis, thank you for creating the space, I would have taken it exactly the same way. It's just a pleasure. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be seen and to be seen by you. And as I said, to share this time. Um, it takes a level of vulnerability for sure to jump out of a plane without a parachute and share a bit of time with folks who begin as complete strangers who just bump into a face and decide to click play, or the sound happens to be on as you're scrolling, and you somehow stop and decide to engage a little bit, and eventually we become folks who have an exchange, prophylactic though it may be, and begin to create a community. And I think well on our way to becoming friends. Right? There are different sorts of friends in the world, and internet friends, as I've said before, are not pretend friends. I have learned that to refer to folks as such is can be dismissive and doesn't take into account what it really means to me as well. Because it really, even when you don't know it, even when you don't see it, um, as much as I invite you into my home, I'm aware that you're inviting me into yours as well. Hopefully your home. I'm also aware that I get to be on your phone or your computer, your laptop, perhaps, if you are for whatever reason desirous of the effect of it and want it to feel like TV. You can be broadcasting it right to your TV. Maybe you're just listening to it. Maybe you're not even looking at my big dumb head right now. But whatever it is, you've allowed me into your big dumb head, and to take up some mind space and some ear space. And I know what that means because I'm an avid listener. and an avid watcher of podcasts. And I say podcasts because many. You know, I'm on Myelin and Melanin on occasion. I have used as one of my main teaching tools for some years um, a podcast that was created about 6 years ago, Tea with Queen and Jay. And it's two womanist race nerds in the Bronx in New York who get into all aspects of life, and I have found so much freedom and liberty through them, right, and through the examples that they have set in terms of expressing their own truths around their own lived experiences as humans in black bodies, as femmes in the bodies that they're in, women in the bodies that they're in, as podcasters, as women who create space and whose time and space is often taken advantage of by men because men are such trash. Which, yes, me too. I was trained in the ways of trash. And even though I'm willing to be a rat, and I will use my unearned and undeserved privileges to try to platform and uplift queer community, black women and femmes to the highest degree that I can in every instance in which I am able. I am aware of the meat puppet in which I am trapped. So that does mean that I still get unearned and undeserved privileges handed to me and can often be completely unaware that it's happening. Um, it is important to love our internet friends. Thank you for sharing that time. Uh, yeah, it means a lot. It means a lot. And so, to that end, I will say this as well. One of the things that we also do try to honor, and I have told you that I would, is that if there are particular guests, particular ideas that you would like to see explored on the platform, that I would love to do that with you. And we do have a formal request. And that formal request, once again, comes from our good friend Lisa. The formal request was to talk about Black spirituality and, in fact, the impact of very many people who are not Black being involved in Black spirituality and what it all means and how it all impacts us and all of it. And so we are going to be doing that in a couple of weeks. I'm looking for my calendar so I can tell you exactly when, because I know it is coming up very soon. And I don't know exactly when. Yes, I do. It's going to be happening on the 31st, Monday, the 31st. Monday, the 31st. I am going to be here with Tammy Wright, and who is a priest of Ochun and has been a priest for the past, I believe, 17 years. And we are going to discuss Black identity and Black spirituality in these times because, as everywhere globally, um, white supremacy is showing its whole ass. And that includes in Black spirituality. I am sure that that has got to be true in the Black Christian church. Neither of us are Christians. That is absolutely true from our shared experiences in Lukumi. Lukumi, for those of you who do not know, is the Yoruba tradition of Ifa that reached into Cuba. Is the cousin sister religion of Santeria, which happened in Puerto Rico. The cousin of Vodun, which was happening in Haiti and the DR, and is in Brazil, often thought to be candomblé, expressed as candomblé, not thought to be, is candomblé. It's expressed as candomblé. Um, and all of it is branched from Ifa, from Nigeria, and was brought to these shores in many, many, many ways, but certainly amongst those, the Middle Passage of slavery. And we'll talk a little bit about that because what is also true is that while that is the religions were brought to the shores of the New World in those ways. At that time, again, the New World was primarily Cuba, Haiti, PRDR, Jamaica. There's not an expression that I am familiar with. Doesn't mean there's not one that I am familiar with that is an expression of Ifa in Jamaica itself. I'm sure there's got to be something. I'm sure there's got to be something. It's ignorant of me to think there's not. I don't know what it is. Let me say it like that. I'm ignorant. Um, I don't know what it is. But that in the United States, what I can tell you is that the first priest made in the United States. Not saying the first priest who ever lived in the United States, ever came to the United States, ever been in the United States. First priest made in the United States, according to the people by whom I was made, happened in the Bronx in 1968, a priest of Chango. Many, 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 many hundreds have been made since, all over these United States. I myself was made in Oakland, California, and my godfather now is a resident of Kissimmee, Florida, by way of Puerto Rico, and his godfather by way of Cuba. So that is where I come to it from. That is also a lot of where Tammy comes to it from. She's got her own story to tell. She's gonna tell it, and we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. It's gonna be cute. And thank you again, Lisa, for that suggestion and for the opportunity to have that dialogue and discussion because it wouldn't have happened without you being a part of this community. And so your presence here is very much felt, very much felt. Kristen, you know this is true of you as well. The sacrifices that you have continued to make for the overall community in which you live and for Black lives and to be here and part of this. Thank you so much. All of our viewers and listeners and people who are here, Letty, so good to see you. And besos to all of the babies at home. And I think that's really about it. I just really wanted to take a day to share with you that I'm very grateful for this. Do you know? Um, Part of what makes me the most grateful about it, I do want to share this last piece, is just that one of the things about the time under the philosopher's tree where I got to hold court so often is that I also got to have quite a lot of exchange with a lot of people who were, as I said, of like minds, of various minds, of different minds. These are the sort of people who inform who I am. And so when folks find there to be anything that is worth watching or paying attention to or listening to and who I am, honestly, you're seeing reflections of all of the beautiful people and the spectacular geniuses with whom I am fortunate enough to be surrounded. I do know that I bring something to the table myself, but I am honest when I'm saying to you that it really is about the people with whom I'm surrounded. And that I have forever, for a very long time, been working to hope that I am guiding the gaze of folks away from my finger and toward the moon. Meaning that when I am told by people that they feel inspired by what I do, And then we have a follow-up conversation, which I say, "Oh, is it? What did you do with this feeling that you had? What did you do with it to transform you or something or whatever?" That sometimes the answer is nothing, and then I have to say, "Oh, auntie, you weren't inspired then. You were entertained." And being here, I have had the opportunities to really hear from folks the ways in which you have been truly, truly inspired, and that it is impacting your own life, and that you are, by engaging with these conversations, thinking about ways to engage with other conversations in your life. For instance, what Lisa was talking about, by blocking people who bring you stress in your black joy on your own Facebook threads. Fuck them. Your access to you is sacred. You are sacred. Everybody doesn't need access to you in the same way. And blocking someone on Facebook is, or defriending them or whatever it is, these people are not your friends. These are not real friends. Would you know, ask yourself, would you know this person if Facebook didn't exist? Would you still be in touch right now? That may be a clue as to whether or not you're friends. Are you acquaintances, or is this someone who you could say, "Oh shit, I need to borrow your truck or a trip to the airport"? If you're old enough that that would have mattered, a trip to the airport. And they're going to say yes or no, or answer your call. That's a friend. People on Facebook who don't do those things in your world, not going to bring you a meal, not going to bring you a spliff. The hell's that your friend? You don't know what their voice sound like? Fuck them. They don't need access to you. You sacred. You are sacred, and your energy is sacred. Don't, come on now. Don't let nobody take your shine. Don't let nobody take your shine. I let too many people take my shine for too long, for too many years. And let me tell you something. That is not how I flow. Okay? And I learned to not flow that way because when I resisted, and when I resisted feeling this way, and when I resisted expressing this way, it hurt. And I would have to find some kind of cadence that would be appropriate or accepted in order to say the same things I'm saying now, right? So I'd find myself imitating Malcolm X. Well, let me tell you what's let friends, enemies, I see a few enemies here today. I would like to talk to you about what it means to be a patriot to this university. Actual shit I said from my mouth. Like that's how I talk. It got the job done, but I was still frightened, right? And only now, by letting go of the artifice of hypermasculinity that I thought was necessary for my voice to be heard, am I able to truly be heard. And by being heard, able to be seen. And by being seen, able to help other people to feel seen. And you have the power to do that same thing. And if you're wondering if I'm talking to you specifically, the answer is yes. Yes, you. Yes, you, Lisa. Yes, you, Marta. Yes. Yes, you, Leslie. Yes, absolutely. Yes, you, Tracy. I see you. Each and every one of you. Raven. I see you. I see you. Am I looking at a list? No, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. Me, I'm looking at you, Bo. I see you. I'm talking to you. You don't have to let these whack motherfuckers in your life have access to you. You can set boundaries, and once you set boundaries, you can find new freedom. And when you find new freedom, you can fly. And once you fly, you'll wonder why you ever stayed on the ground. That's all we're building. That's all we're building. Girl, sometimes listen, sometimes I burn a bridge to make sure the motherfucker don't follow me across. I'm gonna be honest with you. Everybody don't get access to this. Everybody don't get access to this goodness. Thank you. And thank you for giving people access to your goodness. Friend of the show, Marta Lauchamin, running for Boulder County Commissioner, about to put your foot up in its ass. Thank you. Y'all the ones with the real power. Come on now. Don't let these motherfuckers play with you. Shit. Ooh, I don't know what just happened. I'm sorry. My. So we're going to talk about black spirituality. Oh shit, y'all give me so much joy. Y'all give me so much joy. So thank you. Thank you. And quite frankly, y'all have been the guest today. So that's for y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you for spending some time, for being here. And I hope you will be here again when I am here with what? A guest. Yes. I'm going to give you access to one of the multitudes of geniuses in my circle and who informs who I am. I will once again be here with Dahlia Delu Bell. It is going to be such a beautiful conversation. I hope you will be part of it too. If you believe in this thing that we are doing right here, you know what? We'll do that last. Fuck that. I don't want to talk about that no more. This has been an episode of Smoke and Mirrors. And as I have said a few times today, please do reach out to us. This is an interaction. This is both of us. This is all of us together. Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This is not mental masturbation. We're doing this together. This is mental copulation, if anything. We're just doing it in the safest way possible right now. So, reach out, be part of it. Let's get in this orgy together. Let's all get under the tree at Smoke and Mirrors CCB at gmail.com. Please don't send me anything nasty, even though I just said what I said. If you'd like to see more of my face for whatever reason, you could do that at IG at El Caballo Negrito. If you wanted to read the words and not have to hear them, you could do that at Twitter at Caballo Negrito. Please share this situation, this broadcast, this live stream. It makes a difference. Makes a difference to me. Makes a difference to the guests who we bring on, who we really are hoping get their voices out in the world as widely as possible. And that's part of why we do what we do. This is an event that is produced and hosted by myself, Carlos Kareem Wyndham. This is also produced by the one and only Tracy Tatamy. If you wanted to make a deeper commitment and become a patron, you could do that, as have Ruthie and Erica, Amber, Aaron, Seth, Lisa, Kristen, Renice, Michael, Natalie, Juliet, Tarika, and Tracy. If it sounded like I did that all with one breath, it's because I did. The way you would do that is to go to Patreon. Patreon? Don't go to Patreon. That's not a thing. Go to Patreon at Smoke and Mirrors CCB, as have all of those people. Thank you so much for spending some time. Please take care of each other. Take care of yourself. Do wash your hands often. Do stay inside as much as you can. And if you have to go outside, for God's sake, please wear a mask. White people, it doesn't do any good hanging from your ear or around your neck or below your nose. So please cover your mask hole. Be here tomorrow again at 4:20. I'll be here with Dahlia. I love you.